Hey, dudes, it's your boy Happy Chap here. On this one, we are going to be doing a classic video. 5 simple farms that you need in your Minecraft world.
Okay.
We've got them all laid out here. First one up is going to be the glow ink farm. These right here, these are the items that you are going to need for it. And the first thing you're going to do is find yourself a nice flat area. Hopefully there's not too many caves below. And you want to make sure that you are on at least Y level 63 or below. And the first thing that you're going to do for this is you're going to make a 9x9 box. So this is 9x9. You should have a 7x7 area on the inside. Now we're just going to remove all of this water. And with the water removed, now what we're going to do is we're going to dig this down an extra 3 blocks. And clear out the entire area. Once your area is cleared out, you should have a nice little 7x7 box like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dig this down one more in the center, 3x3. And this is where we're going to dig down and put our chest. Above our chest, we're going to put our hoppers. In the center of the hoppers, we're going to put down a temporary block, and then we're going to surround this with our trapdoors. You want to make sure that you get the corner ones too as well. And with that, this is what you should have so far. So you should just have a 3 deep 7x7 box with a 3x3 center area here with your fed skates all around and your hoppers below it. That's going to be used to collect all of the glow inks when they do come in. Now take your water and surround this entire outside here with water. You want this entire thing to be filled with no running water going anywhere. You just want it to be all water source blocks. And then we're just going to take some water. We're going to place it in all 4 corners. And then on all 4 sides, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to push the water out once and then one more time. Now what we can do is we can remove all of these blocks. And you can replace them with any water sources that you do think that you may have got rid of. And then just do that for all 4 sides. Once your water has kind of picked up like this, you can just remove all of these temporary blocks. And then again, on all 4 sides, we're going to put a temporary block here, and that's going to push all of the water forwards, like so. Again, remove all of these temporary blocks. And then you just want to take your blocks that you did dig out of here, and you just want to do a little bit of a test. Perfect. And with that all done, that is your glow ink farm. So now you just want to make sure that you give this thing a roof, because you do want the light level to be absolutely 0 down there. You don't want any light level at all. And then just take your scaffolding and go 120 blocks above your lowest point right there, which is going to be the chest. And on this farm, if you did it the same as me, that's going to be 57. So we're going to go up to 177. Okay, 177, and you can see we already have a bunch of glow squids in there, and they are dying. Now, they are mainly getting killed off by the axolotls that are in that farm, so you can just protect yourself, AFK up here for as long as you want, and basically, once you come back, you should have some random axolotls. And there is our glow ink sacks. So we already got 7 just from standing there and showing you that that's how they spawn. Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. Okay, next up on the list, doers, is going to be the drip leaf farm. These right here, these are the materials that you're going to need for it. That's a dispenser. Now this farm, this one can be built pretty much as high as you want. So it's up to you. First thing you're going to do though, is you're going to put down a pressure plate with a sticky piston facing out, an observer facing towards the inside here. We're going to skip one, place another observer like so that way they are facing each other. When you do, step on this. Facing towards the inside here, we're going to put down our dispenser. This is going to have our bone meal in it. Beside the dispenser, we're going to have a solid block and then some redstone. This is what is going to be used to power this. Now, essentially how this farm works is all you're going to do is walk up, stand on the pressure plate right there. And that's it. That's it. And you can see that as long as you break anywhere along you can actually harvest quite a bit of dripstone from this farm. So here is what we're going to do now. We're going to take our blocks, okay? And you're just going to build a little chute, little tunnel, like so, to the sky. Basically, however high that you can or that you would like to. And once you're up high enough, what you're going to do is you're going to put a piston facing in with a solid block on the backside, a piece of redstone dust there, and then an observer facing towards the inside like so. Take your remaining, oh no, glass, and then you are essentially done. So all we have to do now for this farm is make sure we got some dripstone in our hands and just right click. We're at a bone meal already. But that is essentially how that farm works. Like I said, you can build that as tall as you would like to or as short as you would like to. It just depends on how much bone meal you want to burn, but we actually have a solution for that on the channel. But that is it right there, doers. That is the dripstone farm. It's as simple and as compact as that. Okay, third up on the list is going to be a very easy moss farm, which can also be converted into a bone meal farm. So these are the materials that you are going to need for it. These right here, the obsidian isn't really necessary, but if you don't want the farm to break, it is a good idea to bring these along. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do for this farm is we are going to go solid block with a dispenser facing up and a moss block on top of it. Now, depending on which way you want your farm to go, you're going to put down 2 pieces of obsidian on either side of the moss block. And off of these 2 blocks here, you're going to make a 2x3 stone platform like so. Off of the stone here, we're going to put down 4 temporary blocks like so, removing the first 2, placing 2 pistons facing inwards, a piece of glass or solid block on either side, 2 stairs in front of the glass facing inwards, glass, glass. We're going to fill these 2 stairs with some water and then cover them over with some more glass. 2 more pieces of glass right here. 2 more solid blocks on the back side. Lava in the pit right here, and that is what you should have right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a temporary block on top of this piece of glass right here. And 3 pistons facing down over that stone, and that moss, like so. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to run some redstone in order to power the pistons that we have right there and the dispenser too as well. So underneath the stone here, what we're going to do is we're going to leave a 1 block gap, block, block, block. And then we're just going to build a redstone ladder up like so, over 1, ladder up on top of it, and then we need to run 3 solid blocks on top of these pistons. Off of this piston, what we're going to do is we're going to put a solid block with another one in front of it, and then we're going to jump down and we're going to take a repeater, set it here to 4 ticks, another one on top of this one, set to 4 ticks, and your final one right here beside this piston also set to 4 ticks. Now let's take some redstone dust and cover absolutely everything here. We're done. Okay, now our final thing left to do is we're just going to put a hopper right here under that stone, facing down, with another hopper going into it on the opposite side. Now we can go chest, chest. That's going to be where we collect everything. And now we just need to contain everything here, so that way everything does not go flying out. So just take some of your remaining glass and just cover it all in so that you have a nice little 3 by, like a little L right there on the inside. Okay, now our last thing left to do is just put some bone meal in the dispenser here. And as you can see, once we hit this button, we've got some moss. We just pretty much get more and more every time we press the button here. This includes the azalea bushes too, which can actually be used in furnaces. So, yeah. Be sure to cover the stone here on the bottom too, so that way no water escapes when you do activate the farm. But you can also set this up on a timer. It looks as simple as this. That is an observer facing down. But once the farm is activated, you are good to go. You can also set this up on a composter if you would like to get some bone meal from it. Now there is a way that you can actually turn this into an efficient bone meal farm. I'll make sure I link that too as well in the description. But other than that, let's just move on to the next one. And this next one, doers, is going to be a spawner copper farm. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find yourself a mob spawner like so. Look at them go. And these right here, these are the only items that you are going to need for it. Okay, now the first thing you're going to do for this is you're going to make your traditional 9x9 boxed mob spawner. So you want to push the walls out 1 block each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Same with on the back side here. And then dig this down an extra 3 blocks in total. Oh no. Okay, once you have your 9 by 9 by at least 7 blocks deep area all carved out, what you're going to do is you're just going to find the center of any wall, put down a single sign, and in front of that, you're just going to dig this down basically as far as you want or as far as you can. So I'm going to give these guys a good few block drop. You can see I've got like 9 block drop here. I'm now just going to clear myself out a little 3x3 room right here. I'm going to put a chest at the bottom with a hopper running into it. Okay, and here is how the layout is going to be for down here. It's just going to be an air block, cobweb, sign, water. So air block, cobweb, sign, water, cobweb right here, solid block in front of it. Grab 1 slab and put it right there on top of the hopper with another one on this side. You can put a solid block on the opposite side. This is where we are going to basically chop and slice and get all of our copper from. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dig our way back up into the little area that we made. Okay, once we're back up here in the spawn room, you can see I just made myself a little stair going down. Now what we're going to do is run a row of water across the back. It's going to stop right here before this hole. So now what we need to do is we need to take 2 water sources, and we're going to count down 6 blocks in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is going to be our water source. Do the same thing on the opposite side. And once they're all done, you should have a nice flow like this that goes towards that single hole right there. Okay, now we're just going to remove the torches. And essentially, our copper farm is ready. Oh, I'm already getting smacked around. Okay, so now that we're down here in our little hole, you can see I've switched this out to glass. But basically what's happening here is you can see these guys are falling down. And as soon as they convert into drown from being in that water for too long, they start to sink down. And this is essentially how this farm works. And now all you got to do is set yourself up an auto clicker and you are farming copper. You're going to want to make sure that you have looting 3 on your sword too as well. You can see I don't have that. And the first little while takes a little bit for these guys to get down here. But once they get here, it's a nice even flow. So you can see after a few seconds here, these guys actually reach the bottom now. And with our looting 3, we can just stand here with an auto clicker. But essentially, that is your copper farm. Easy as that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, and the last one up on the list, this one's going to be the axolotl farm. These right here, these are the items that you're going to need for it. And we are going to need a drown, but you can easily just put a zombie in place and then dump a bucket of water over his head, and he'll convert for you. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do for this one is we're going to start on the back side here. And we are going to carve out a 4 by 9 long area. Like so, and we want to make sure that this is 3 blocks deep. Okay, so that's a 4 by 9. Now in front of this, we're going to step in and we're going to make a 2 by 7 wide. Okay, same thing, 3 blocks deep. And then right here in the very front, we're going to make a 4 long by 3 wide area. But this one is actually going to be 5 blocks deep. Kinda like that. In this hole, what we're going to do is we're going to leave a 1 block gap, and we're going to go sign, 3 in a row like so, 3 more above this one, 1 more on this side, 1 more on the opposite side, and on the same level as these back signs, what we're going to do is we're going to put down 3 walls with a sign on the center one. Behind this wall, what we're going to do is we're going to dig it out 1 all the way to the surface, and this is where we are actually going to drop our zombie in place. So that is what it should look like right there. Now what we're going to do is starting from right here in the hole underneath this sign, we're going to dig this down another 3 blocks. So this is going to be a 3 by 3 that is 3 blocks deep. And then pointing away from the farm right here, what we're going to do is we're going to dig out an area. We want to make sure that this goes a little bit deeper than the actual farm is. but no more than 7 blocks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to build a portal here at the end in order to take us over to the nether. Okay, and with our portal lit, this is what we should have right here. Now we're just going to quickly go over into the nether. And right here in the nether, we're going to build any type of platform, and this is going to be used to contain any of the axolotls that do come through here. You don't have to worry about these guys dying either when they get over here into the nether. As long as it's not loaded, their timer will not start. Oh my. So again, make that chamber over in the nether. Make that as big and as little as you want, because that's where you're going to be coming back, and that's where all of the axolotls are going to be going to. Now to activate this farm, what we're going to do is we are going to fill this entire layer here with water. Okay, right like that. Now we're going to take some temporary blocks and we're going to run them right here in front of these signs. And then we're going to take some more water and we're going to start to fill this next layer here that is above us. Okay, and with everything full and everything flowing, this is what we should have right here. So you should have the water right there on the same level as the signs. You don't want it to be any higher than that. And now what you're going to do is you're going to wait till nighttime. You're going to put a zombie in here, and then you're just going to put a bucket of water over his head and convert him into a drown. Okay, once you have your drowned in place, make sure that you do give him a name tag too, so that way he doesn't despawn. Now what we're going to do is we need to put water down there in that hole, and we also need to get rid of all of this right here. So we want to dig this down 2 more blocks like so around this entire area right up to where these signs are. Okay, and with that all dug out, this is what you should have here. Just a nice little open area. This is for your axolotls to actually spawn in. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to jump down right into this hole. We're going to put a water bucket right here. That's going to flow towards the nether, as you can see. And then essentially we are done and we need to just get out of here. So what's going to happen here is once we put a roof on this farm, we want to make sure that there's no light level in here. All of the axolotls are going to spawn in this little area down here. They're going to see this drowned right there. They're going to think that they can pathfind to him because of this water source right there. And essentially they're just going to end up running into that wall, falling down and getting captured by your nether trap. So all we have to do now is put a roof on this thing. And we are set and ready. So now all we got to do is we got to do the same thing as the glow ink farm. So we just got to take the coordinates of where our portal is. So 54. We want to go no more than 120 above that, just like the glow ink squid farm, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we are sitting at 175, which is exactly 121 above everything down there. And you can see that they are dying down there, which is a good indication that we are actually getting some axolotls. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait here for a couple of seconds. We'll go down, we'll go to the nether, and we'll see what we got. Okay, it's literally been a couple of seconds. Oh, you can see we've got some... See, that's why you may want to collect those. And I don't see any down there, so now let's just take a quick trip over to the nether and see what we got. And there they are. 3 axolotls just sitting here, hanging out, chilling. But that is essentially it right there, doers. So you can just come over here with your water buckets. You want to make sure you got water in the bucket in order for you to collect these guys. And once you've got the one that you need, you are essentially good to go. So there you have it, you guys. There is 5 very simple, very easy 1.17 farms. These can get you started. A lot of these as well too, you can upgrade these in order to be more effective for you. Leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll make sure I put this one in a world download for you guys. ShopHappyChappy.com. Thank you everybody for all the support on all the merch. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying it. We got some more designs coming next week too as well. Thank you. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.